Pho and banh mi, two iconic Vietnamese dishes that captivate the world. When it comes to Vietnamese cuisine, two dishes that are always mentioned first are pho and banh mi. Though typically enjoyed at different times of the day, pho is often a breakfast favorite, while banh mi is common at lunchtime or whenever a quick meal is needed. Both carry the spirit of the Vietnamese people, reflect cultural fusion, and showcase the country's unique culinary identity. Pho, the soul in a fragrant bowl. Pho is more than just a dish. It is a piece of memory, a symbol of peace, and a representation of the Vietnamese art of combining ingredients and spices with finesse. A traditional bowl of pho includes soft white rice noodles, thinly sliced beef or chicken, all soaked in a clear broth simmered for hours from beef bones and grilled onions. The distinct aroma of pho comes from the harmonious blend of cinnamon, star anise, grilled ginger, cardamom, and dried shallots. Each region in Vietnam enjoys pho differently. Hanoi-style pho is light, less fatty, focusing on the natural sweetness and clarity of the broth. Southern pho, especially in Saigon, tends to be richer and served with an array of herbs, bean sprouts, hoisin sauce, and chili sauce, allowing diners to adjust the flavor to their liking. What makes pho truly special is not just the recipe, but the experience. Sitting at a sidewalk stall on a bustling morning, sipping a spoonful of hot broth filled with the aroma of fresh herbs, scallions, lime, and chili creates a sense of warmth and familiarity. It's not just a way to start the day, it's a deeply rooted culinary culture passed down through generations. Banh mi, a bridge between East and West. If pho represents tradition and meticulousness, banh mi reflects versatility, creativity, and cultural integration. Vietnamese banh mi is often hailed as one of the world's best sandwiches. And that's no coincidence. Banh mi traces its origins to the French colonial era when the French introduced the baguette to Vietnam. However, the Vietnamese didn't just replicate French bread. They transformed it to suit local ingredients and tastes. Vietnamese baguettes are thin-crusted and crispy on the outside, soft inside, and modest in size, perfect for all ages. The filling is a perfect balance of flavors and textures. Cold cuts or grilled meat, often pork roll, pork belly, or char siu, rich in fragrant té, crisp cucumber, pickled carrots and daikon, cilantro, and sometimes chili for a spicy kick. A light drizzle of soy sauce or house-made sauce enhances each bite with bold flavor. What's fascinating is banh mi's endless variety. Fried egg banh mi for a simple breakfast, street-style grilled meat banh mi with an irresistible aroma, or vegetarian banh mi with tofu and vegetables for the health-conscious. No matter the filling, the common thread of Vietnamese banh mi lies in its harmony. Soft and crunchy, savory, sweet and tangy, meat and veggies, all wrapped in a uniquely flavorful package. Two dishes, one national spirit. Pho and banh mi are not only beloved by Vietnamese people, but also serve as culinary ambassadors, introducing Vietnamese culture to the world. Today, it's easy to find pho restaurants or banh mi food carts in major cities like New York, Paris, Sydney, or Tokyo. Each bowl of pho, each loaf of banh mi tells a story of Vietnam, a country where people live in harmony with nature, value emotional bonds, and embrace creativity through adversity. Whether you are a first-time visitor to Vietnam or a homesick expat longing for a taste of home, a hot bowl of pho or a crispy banh mi will always be a comforting stop, taking you back to the most familiar flavors of your homeland. Goi Quan, Bun Cha, and Bun Bo Hue, culinary masterpieces that capture the Vietnamese soul. Vietnamese cuisine is renowned for its perfect balance of flavors: sour, spicy, salty, sweet, hot, and cool. Each dish not only delivers delightful taste, but also serves as a cultural snapshot, reflecting the lifestyle, geography, and traditions of different regions. Among these, Goi Quan, Bun Cha, and Bun Bo are beloved not only by Vietnamese locals, but also by international food lovers for their harmony and sophistication in preparation. Goi Quan, the freshness of spring, wrapped in delicate rolls. Goi Quan, also known as spring rolls in English, is a light and refreshing dish that evokes the essence of summer and simplicity. Wrapped in thin, translucent rice paper, Goi Quan carefully encloses a filling of boiled shrimp, thinly sliced pork, rice vermicelli, fresh herbs, and sometimes bean sprouts or chives. With no frying or stir-frying involved, the dish preserves the freshness of each ingredient. The highlight of Goi Quan lies in the dipping sauce. Depending on the region, It could be a smooth peanut hoisin sauce with garlic and chili, or a sweet-sour fish sauce mixed with garlic and lime. Each dip offers a full fusion of rich, salty, sweet, and spicy flavors, turning this seemingly simple dish into something truly captivating. Goi kwan is not only an ideal appetizer for parties, but also a perfect choice for those seeking a healthy, low-fat yet flavorful and nutritious meal. At renowned restaurants like Saiga Vietnamese Eatery, or in international media such as The Guardian and Serious Eats, Goi kwan has become a symbol of freshness and balance in Vietnamese cuisine. The street food that won over the U.S. president, bun cha, is a signature dish of Hanoi cuisine, so iconic that former U.S. President Barack Obama famously enjoyed it during his 2016 visit to Vietnam. The dish includes grilled pork, either minced or sliced, marinated and charcoal grilled, served with fresh rice vermicelli, herbs, and a bowl of diluted sweet-sour fish sauce with crunchy pickled green papaya. What sets bun cha apart is the way the pork is grilled over glowing charcoal, producing a unique smoky aroma. The mildly sweet fish sauce, the rich grilled meat, and the refreshing herbs and soft vermicelli together create a harmonious symphony of flavors in every bite. More than just a daily favorite among Hanoians, bun cha is a quintessential example of Vietnamese street food. Humble yet profound. Whether served at a casual eatery or an upscale restaurant, this dish always retains its distinctive soul and heartwarming feel. Bun bo hui, bold flavors from the ancient capital. If pho represents the north, then bun bo hui is the pride of central Vietnam, specifically from the imperial city of Hue. Unlike other noodle soups, bun bo hu is known for its spicy, robust broth, made from beef bones, lemongrass, chili, and fermented shrimp paste, mam ro kue, creating an unmistakably bold flavor. A proper bowl of bun bo hu features Vietnamese pork sausage, cha lua, pork hock, congealed pig's blood, and sliced brisket, served with its signature thick round noodles and fresh vegetables like banana blossom, herbs, and bean sprouts. The broth boasts a striking orange hue, with a deep umami from the bones and an invigorating kick from chili and lemongrass, warming and flavor-packed. No longer limited to hue, bun bo hu is now enjoyed nationwide and even internationally, beloved for its rich, complex, and enticing taste. The dish showcases the Hue people's mastery of seasoning, renowned for their refined and precise culinary style. Vietnamese cuisine, a harmony of flavors and identity. Goi kwan, bun cha, and bun bo hui are not just three standout dishes, but three different narratives about Vietnamese culture, regional diversity, and people. Each has its own soul, light and fresh, rustic and warm, or bold and profound, but they all share one common essence: balance and harmony in flavor. Whether you're strolling through the narrow streets of Hanoi, dining in a local eatery in Hue, or simply visiting a Vietnamese spot abroad, these dishes can awaken memories, stir emotions, and forge connections through taste. Mi Quang, the culinary essence of Quang Nam in a flavorful bowl. Vietnamese cuisine is a vibrant tapestry, with each region contributing its own distinctive flavors shaped by the land, climate, and local culture. Among these regional specialties, Mi Quang, a famous dish from Quang Nam province, stands as a culinary symbol of central Vietnam. With its golden turmeric-infused noodles, rich yet minimal broth, and a diverse selection of toppings like shrimp, pork, quail eggs, and roasted peanuts, Mi Quang is both humble and profound, rustic yet refined. Origins and regional identity. Mi Quang was born in Quang Nam, a land not as fertile as the northern deltas or as abundant as the southern river plains, but distinguished by the resilience and ingenuity of its people. Perhaps shaped by a harsher natural environment, locals learned to make the most of available ingredients, creating dishes that are tasty, economical, and nutritious. Unlike other Vietnamese noodle dishes typically served in a large amount of broth, Mi Quang uses just a ladle of flavorful stock, enough to coat the noodles. This broth is intensely seasoned, simmered from pork or chicken bones, shallots, fish sauce, and sometimes fresh turmeric to enhance both flavor and the signature golden hue. The noodles, the golden soul of the dish. The most recognizable feature of Mi Quang is its thick, wide, golden noodles. Made from pure rice flour, often blended with turmeric powder for color, the dough is steamed into thin sheets and then cut into broad strips. The resulting noodles are chewy yet tender, fragrant with rice, and absorb the broth beautifully without becoming mushy. A symphony of toppings. Depending on family recipes or regional variations, mee kwang's toppings can vary widely. The most common include sautéed freshwater shrimp, caramelized pork belly or chicken, boiled quail eggs, braised pork hock, and a generous sprinkle of crunchy roasted peanuts. Modern versions may also feature squid, snakehead fish, or beef for added richness. The dish is typically served with a small amount of thickened concentrated broth poured lightly over the noodles. Unlike most Vietnamese soups, mee kwang's broth is not meant to be consumed as soup, but rather to coat and flavor the noodles, providing depth without overpowering. Fresh herbs, a balancing touch. A traditional bowl of mee kwang isn't complete without a generous handful of fresh herbs, typically including basil, lettuce, shredded banana blossom, bean sprouts, and sometimes young mustard greens or Vietnamese coriander. These herbs balance out the savory richness of the dish, adding a refreshing, clean taste with every bite. Uniquely, mee kwang is also served with crispy sesame rice crackers, broken into bite-sized pieces and mixed into the bowl, offering a Vietnamese take on croutons with added crunch and aroma. A dish rich in cultural layers. Mee kwang is more than just a meal. It's a cultural icon of central Vietnam. It's often served during special occasions like ancestor worship, holidays, weddings, or simply for family gatherings. For the people of Quang Nam, preparing mee kwang is a heartfelt gesture, expressing care, hospitality, and connection. Today, mee kwang is enjoyed far beyond Quang Nam. It's become popular across Vietnam and has found its way into Vietnamese communities abroad. At restaurants in the US, Australia, Canada, and Europe, mee kwang offers a unique option besides staples like pho or bun bo hue, leaving a lasting impression of regional identity, elegance in simplicity. Mee kwang's charm lies in its unassuming simplicity. Without expensive ingredients or complex techniques, the dish resonates through its careful balance of savory meat, fresh herbs, concentrated broth, and the nutty aroma of roasted peanuts. It's a dish suitable for breakfast, lunch, or even a light dinner, satisfying without being heavy. And the best part is, mee kwang can be adapted to many palates, yet always preserves the essence of Quang Nam. If you're looking for a dish that vividly expresses the personality of Central Vietnam while offering a refined tasting experience, mee kwang is an unmissable choice. From a street-side stall in Hoi An to Vietnamese restaurants in the heart of Paris, mee kwang continues to be a source of pride for Quang Nam locals and a memorable delight for all who try it. Cao Lao, the soul of Hoi An's culinary heritage. Vietnamese cuisine enchants travelers with its rich regional diversity and dishes that are often tied to specific places. While the north is known for pho and the south for hủ tiếu, central Vietnam, especially Hoi An, proudly offers a dish found nowhere else in the world: Cao Lao. More than just a bowl of noodles, Cao Lao is a symbol of cultural fusion, steeped in history and tradition, refined through each carefully crafted ingredient. A name rooted in history and prestige. The name Cao Lao carries a charming legend. It is said that in the past, wealthy merchants visiting Hoi An would dine on this dish from upper floors of buildings, enjoying the meal in a position of prestige. Though today, you can enjoy Cao Lao at any level, the dish retains its elegant preparation and sophisticated flavor, a reminder of its once exclusive status. The noodles, a craft born of tradition. What sets Cao Lao apart is its distinctive noodles. Thick, firm, with a dark yellow hue and a uniquely chewy texture. Though made from rice flour, these noodles are unlike pho or bun. The secret lies in soaking the rice in lye water, specifically made from the ashes of firewood from the native tram tree, creating a mildly alkaline solution that gives the noodles their bounce and resilience. Adding to its mystique, true Hoi An locals insist that the water used to make Cao Lao must come from Ba Le Well, an ancient well nestled in the old town. It's believed that only this water, rich in certain minerals, can yield the authentic texture and flavor of Cao Lao noodles. A harmony of toppings and fresh herbs. Cao Lao is a beautifully balanced bowl featuring slices of savory char siu-style pork, crisp bean sprouts, fresh local greens, crunchy rice crackers, and of course, the signature noodles. Unlike pho or bun bo hue, cao lao is served with just a small amount of thick, umami-rich sauce, not a full broth. This sauce is ladled lightly over the noodles, infusing each bite with sweet, savory depth. The accompanying herbs are essential to the experience. Typically sourced from Tra Quay village, famed for its fragrant organic vegetables, the herbs often include mint, lettuce, baby mustard greens, and Vietnamese coriander, adding a refreshing contrast to the hearty noodles. More than food, a cultural artifact. Cao lao is not a dish that travels well. Due to its dependence on local ingredients and specialized techniques, it's rarely replicated authentically outside of Hoi An. Even skilled chefs often struggle to recreate its true essence in other regions or countries. That's why visitors are often told, to taste real cao lao, you must eat it where it was born. Cao lao also embodies the rich cultural exchanges that shaped Hoi An, a former international trading port. Its noodles resemble Japanese udon, the pork has Chinese barbecue flavors, and the crispy toppings echo Western croutons. Yet the dish remains distinctly Vietnamese, reflecting the town's unique global past. A must-try experience in Hoi An. Today, cao lao is a culinary cornerstone of any trip to Hoi An. From market stalls and street carts to upscale restaurants, you'll find endless interpretations, some with crispy pork fat, others with chicken. But the soul of traditional cao lao remains intact. Eating cao lao is not merely a meal, it's a cultural journey. Imagine sitting in a quiet corner of Hoi An's lantern-lit streets, listening to the soft clatter of wooden clogs on ancient brick paths, and savoring a warm bowl of cao lao. Each bite carries a taste of history, place, and identity. Cao lao is the culinary essence of Hoi An, modest but meaningful, rustic yet refined. It is a dish born of local wisdom, care, and cultural pride. If you ever find yourself in Hoi An, be sure to try cao lao at least once. Not just to enjoy its unique flavor, but to feel the living story of a city in every bite. Cha Ca La Vong, a Hanoi culinary icon in a single dish. Hanoi, Vietnam's 1,000-year-old capital, is not only known for its charming old quarter and tranquil lakes, but also for a refined cuisine deeply rooted in tradition. Among the city's many culinary treasures, one dish stands out so distinctly that it has given its name to an entire street, Cha Ca La Vong. This is more than just food. It's a symbol of Hanoi's culinary pride, showcasing the artistry and meticulous care of generations past. A historic dish with humble beginnings. Cha Ca La Vong originated in the late 19th century, tied to the Doan family, who lived at 14 Cha Ca Street, formerly Hang Son. Initially, the dish was served only to friends and resistance fighters. But it became so beloved that the family opened a restaurant, naming it La Vong, after a statue of Kung Tu Nya, La Vong, a Chinese symbol of wisdom and patience, placed at the entrance. Over time, this dish evolved into a culinary landmark, not only of the restaurant, but also of Hanoi's old-world gastronomy. Ingredients, chosen with care. Authentic Cha Ca La Vong begins with carefully selected freshwater fish, with catfish, K Lang being the most prized. Its firm flesh, minimal bones, and natural sweetness make it ideal. If unavailable, or hemibagris catfish may be substituted, but never saltwater fish, which lack the required sweetness. The fish is filleted and cut into bite-sized pieces, then marinated with fresh turmeric, fermented shrimp paste, mam tom, galangal, shallots, garlic, fish sauce, and pork fat. The marinade is left to infuse for several hours, some even let it rest overnight, to ensure every bite is flavorful. Cooking becomes a tabletop performance. One of the unique charms of Cha Ca La Vong is its tableside preparation. When ordered, the pre-marinated fish is brought out with a small skillet placed over a charcoal burner or portable stove. Diners or staff add fat to the pan, then sear the fish until it begins to firm up. At just the right moment, generous amounts of fresh dill, scallions, and herbs are added and tossed into the sizzling pan. The aromatic blend of turmeric, dill, sizzling onions, and fish creates a mouth-watering symphony of scent and sound, heightening the anticipation. This live cooking adds to the sensory experience, turning each meal into a small shared performance. The art of eating Cha Ca La Vong. This dish is traditionally enjoyed with rice vermicelli noodles, crushed roasted peanuts, fresh herbs such as mint, perilla, and Vietnamese coriander, pickled shallots, and, most importantly, fermented shrimp paste. The sauce is prepared with lime juice, sugar, a dash of rice liquor, and chili, then whipped until frothy, creating a dip that's salty, sweet, sour, spicy, and pungently fragrant. A perfect bite combines hot fish, fresh herbs, noodles, a sprinkle of peanuts, and a light dip in the mam tom. The result is a flavor explosion, rich, fragrant, slightly tangy, with layers of texture and complexity that linger, a cultural legacy on a plate. Cha Ca Lavong is not just food, it's a living piece of Hanoi's cultural heritage. Recognized by CNN, the New York Times, Lonely Planet, and other culinary authorities, it's often listed among the must-try dishes in Vietnam. Even among locals, Cha Ca Lavong is reserved for special occasions, given the labor-intensive process and ingredients involved. Each meal feels like a reverent return to old Hanoi, steeped in nostalgia and tradition. Cha Ca Lavong is the epitome of Hanoi's culinary elegance, a dish that impresses not just with taste, but with its precision, heritage, and presentation. It's a dish that tells the story of a city, its history, its people, and its soul. If you're a food lover, don't miss the chance to try Cha Ca Lavong in Hanoi. It's not just a meal, it's a conversation with the past, served sizzling hot. Vietnamese dining culture, when a meal becomes a journey of the soul. Vietnamese cuisine is more than just a showcase of delicious dishes, vibrant colors, and fresh ingredients. It's a living cultural portrait, reflecting the Vietnamese way of viewing family, community, and harmony. At the heart of this culture lies the spirit of sharing, a humble yet profound tradition that turns every meal into a deeply human connection. Eating together, a simple yet profound philosophy. A defining feature of Vietnamese meals is their communal nature. Unlike Western dining, where each person typically has their own plate, Vietnamese people gather around a shared tray or table, with multiple dishes placed in the center for everyone to enjoy. From rural villages to city apartments, from daily meals to major holidays like Tet or ancestral anniversaries, the idea of eating together prevails. Meals are not just about nourishment, but about showing love, respect, and togetherness through food. The Vietnamese tray, a harmony of flavors and textures. A traditional Vietnamese meal often includes 3 to 5 dishes: a savory main, meat or fish, a stir-fry, a soup, boiled vegetables or pickles, and always steamed rice. But more important than the number is the balance of taste and texture. Salty, sweet, sour, spicy, bitter, hot and cold, soft, crispy, chewy. Vietnamese people believe that balance is the key to health, and this is seen in the thoughtful way they pair ingredients, seasonings, and even colors. An ideal meal not only delights the palate, but also aids digestion, restores energy, and promotes internal harmony. Herbs, the soul of Vietnamese cuisine. To Vietnamese cuisine, fresh herbs are not mere garnishes. They are the soul of the meal. From basil and mint to perilla, coriander, fish mint, and sawtooth leaves, each herb brings distinct flavors and medicinal benefits, cooling down heat, balancing richness, and adding freshness to the dish. For example, pho would lose much of its magic without Thai basil and coriander. Bun cha feels incomplete without a heap of fresh greens. These herbs also contain essential oils and antioxidants, illustrating the deep wisdom behind Vietnamese eating habits. Dipping sauce, a language of its own. If herbs are the soul, then dipping sauces, nuoc cham, are the unique dialect of Vietnamese cooking. The most common is a blend of fish sauce, lime juice or vinegar, sugar, garlic, chili, and water. Each household or region has its own twist. Southern-style spring rolls go with sweet and sour fish sauce. Northern bun dao is served with whipped fermented shrimp paste, mam tom. Steamed fish calls for a diluted ginger dip to highlight its delicate flavor. The fluid adaptability yet consistent harmony of Vietnamese sauces is unmatched globally. Eating as an experience. The importance of space and time. Beyond what's on the table, how and where people eat is central to Vietnamese food culture. Whether in a small kitchen or a sidewalk stall, meals are meant to be intimate and warm. Sitting together, sharing dishes, and chatting freely is about more than filling stomachs. It's about nurturing emotional bonds and bridging generations. Vietnamese people also deeply value mealtime itself, especially dinner when the family gathers after a long day. It's a moment to connect, share stories, and simply be present with one another. Eating is culture. Eating is philosophy. Vietnamese dining is inseparable from the nation's cultural identity. It's not just the art of cooking. It's a way of thinking, living, and loving. Whether humble or elaborate, each Vietnamese meal carries a message of connection, care, and appreciation for time spent together. And that's why, no matter how far from home they go, Vietnamese people always yearn for the family table. Not just for the food, but for the warmth, love, and memories steeped in every bowl of rice and every drop of fish sauce.